Hello YouTube, this is Dragoonity Master here for well, it's kind of a video response to one of the Underground members, Kasami Unlimited, the leader of Underground. He did a video called Deck History, so I thought I'd do my own. I started Yu-Gi-Oh back, I think during the GX era. So a lot of my fond memories are opening up GX packs, getting cool cards, trading up. I never really had that many good cards because I didn't afford them, like Kasami said in his video. But my first deck, well, I want to do something called Deck History. Now, I have the main cards out of every single one of my decks. Well, actually, wait a minute. This one isn't the main card of the deck. Just a minute. This ain't the main card. Ah, here it is. Okay. Just let me get it out. Where is it? Okay. Just a minute. Okay, here we go. Here's the main card. Gotta get it into the sleeve so it's not getting messed up. Oh, and don't mind the dogs running in the background. Okay, so I wanted to do a deck called, a video called Deck History, like Kasami did. My first ever deck was, as you might have guessed, my Blue Eyes deck. I started that deck back, let's see, I got 3 really ratty cards, Blue Eyes cards from a kid I knew back in, I think it was Michigan when we went there. So yeah, I got some cards from him. That one was never really competitive. My first competitive deck were my first Archetype deck were my Crystal Beasts for Rainbow Dragon. And right now I have about 6 decks, one in the makings. One I'm really excited about building. I used to have some cards for it. I kind of had like a starter deck going, but I traded them for some Dragoonity cards, a few Synchros. So I want to do a little deck history. Hold on, let me get them all organized so I can go on first by last. That one. Okay. These cards, I had, my first deck, like I said, started back, I don't know, maybe 7 years ago. I'm not sure. But, okay, let's start. My first ever deck was my Blue Eyes deck. Not really competitive all, but one of my favorite fun decks. Actually, once the new Dragons Collide comes out, the structure deck, my Blue Eyes deck will get really competitive, so I'm really excited about that. And my Blue Eyes deck, I based it off Kaiba, because during the original series when I watched it, he was my favorite character. Dog. Sorry. He was my favorite character. I just love the Blue Eyes White Dragon. I'll get you a close-up of there. Dog barking again. Close up. I love my Blue Eyes cards. I've had that deck for a long time. My second ever deck were my Crystal Beast cards. My Crystal Beast deck. Now, what started me on the Crystal Beast is originally my brother wanted them. But then I started to watch the series, and I saw how they were used, and I thought they were really cool. So what I did was I tried to get every single 7 Crystal Beasts before I bought the tin of Rainbow Dragon, which I did. I got every single Crystal Beast, then I bought Rainbow Dragon somewhat in the show. I know, funny, but yeah. So that was my second ever deck. I still use this deck. My third was the start of the 5Ds era. The 5Ds era, as in, Synchro Summoning. This deck, I've scavenged from it because I need staple cards. I only have like one of every staple. So my third ever deck was my Synchro deck. And no, sadly, I don't have Formula Synchron to summon this guy, but I would really like Formula Synchron, so go check out my trade binder. And yeah, so this is also going to be a video response to Kasami's video with deck history. My Synchro deck I started, well, let me explain what first happened. When I first had my deck, my Blue Eyes deck, I was new to the game. I didn't know what I was doing. So when the Crystal Beast came out, I kind of fused the decks. Literally, I had 7 Crystal Beasts in my Blue Eyes deck and Rainbow Dragon. Then 5Ds came out and I tried to fuse them again. Didn't work. So what I did was I split it into 3 decks, and that's how I have my first 3 decks. So yeah, that's a little bit of deck history on that. So my third deck was my Synchro deck. I based it almost completely off Yusei's. Almost every single tuner is a Synchron. And my third deck I started because Duelist Pack Crow came out. I always kind of liked Black Wings. I like Blackwing Armor Master. So I started a Blackwing deck. This one, I mainly let one of my friends use when he uses it. I'm thinking about trading it or selling it to him because he uses the deck so much, and I barely ever touch the deck. But yeah, I just love Blackwing Armor Master's effect and that cool pose right there. So yeah, that was my fourth, my Blackwing deck. Almost 90% of the cards in this deck are from Duelist Pack Crow. So, and let's see, my next deck was, as you could tell, my Dragoonity deck. This is like my big tournament winner. If I go to tournaments, I'm hoping to go to the Order of Chaos sneak preview, so I'm hoping to go win a mat or something like that. Have a lot of fun. But I'm not going to be using this deck, though. I'm going to be using my new deck. So I'll show that in a minute. My Dragoonity deck, I started because a guy I knew, it's Fortune Lady for the Win. Go check him out. He's a cool duelist. I'll probably have the link in the description of this video. Yeah, he started me on the Dragoonities, and he actually traded me a lot of the cards I have now. Like my, let's see, one Vajrayan I have came from him, 2 Ducks, a Leviathan, an extra cards like that, 2 more Ravines. I only bought 1 structure deck, and he traded me almost the whole deck for it, so I really have a lot to thank for him for my Dragoonity deck. And so yeah, this is like my big tournament, but the one I'm going to hopefully be using at the Order of Chaos sneak preview is my new deck. Now, the reason I started this deck was because I got out of a Photon Shockwave pack a Wind-Up Zenmaines, and no, it's been traded. I traded it for these cards. This guy offered me a ton of Gladiator Beast cards. And knowing me, I used to own a Gladiator Beast deck. I used to love playing the Gladiator Beasts. I mean, I never really played it. It was like a really starter deck. I only had 1 Bestiari, 1 Darius, 1 Equest. The only fusion I had was Gaio Diaz, and I couldn't even summon it because I didn't have Spartacus. So, I'll probably have a link to the description and the guy who I'll probably have a link in the description of the guy I traded these for. So yeah, I got a ton of Gladiator Beast cards, and what's really weird, I've seen a ton of Gladiator Beast deck reviews, and I've never even seen anybody run this card, even though it's my favorite Gladiator Beast now. I mean, it's so awesome, even the pose. Oh, I guess you guys want to see it. The cover card of my deck, Gladiator Beast Octavius. Just look at that pose. Just look at it. I mean, he's a bald eagle. Screams American. And Gladiator Beast was actually, I think, an all-American deck because Test Tiger was I think it was a TCG exclusive. So yeah, that was what really helped him. I'm looking for Test Tigers, so go please check out my wants on my channel and check out my trade binder. I really want to complete this deck, but I need a few more cards. I'm getting Gazarius and Herculoids through trades on YouTube. I'm getting 1 Test Tiger, a Luquari. Within a week, I have gotten almost every single card I need for this. And I really want to finish this deck. This is the one I'm going to be using at some tournaments. Now, I know a lot of people use Gladiator Beasts, but I started them on a whim. I mean, I used to have a few of them, so I like had one Murmillo, but like the back had a big spot right here, a white spot where the card was torn off. But I traded them all for, I even had a Gladiator's Proving Ground, but I traded them for a ton of Dragoonity cards, and I see the error in my ways. I wish I kept those cards, but even though now that I got like 10 times over the cards. So yeah, I'm really excited about starting this deck. I need a few more cards. I'm actually getting all 3 of the fusions through trades. I'm getting Luquari, Test Tiger, like I said, a few other cards, but I'm really excited. I'm not going to do a deck profile until it is finished because it's not ready yet. It's still got some tweaking to do. It needs some more cards, staples, stuff like that. But I've never seen anybody who runs Octavius. I've watched I don't know how many deck profiles, and I've never seen anybody run Octavius. I mean, he's my favorite. Look at him. Just awesome. He screams power. So yeah, check out Underground. I'll have their link in the description. I'll have the guy I got my Gladiator Beast from in the link in the description. So yeah, I just want to do a little deck history thing because wow, I have 6 decks. I didn't realize that. I just put that together. So these are like the cover cards of every single one of my decks. Like, I'll start over. We have Blue Eyes, Rainbow Dragon, Shooting Star, Blackwing Armor Master, Dragoon Armor Leviathan, and Gladiator Beast Octavius. So yeah, I'm really excited about completing this deck. I will get a profile up when it is finished. So, and please check out my trade binder. I got some cool stuff in there. I can't name it right off the top of my head, but it's on my channel. My wants are on my channel, not in the description of the videos. It's too much. It changes so much. So please go check all that out. Check out Underground. And this has been all. So this is Dragoonity Master 93 signing off.